What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Rick Renegade's Metal Collection. This is specifically the Shuffle of Death that I came up with about a week ago. Basically, I let my iPhone tell me what I'm going to listen to for the week. Good or bad, I got to listen to it. And fortunately, it's been pretty good. I don't got a lot of bad CDs in my collection, but I am a completist, so I do buy things that I don't really like just to say I have them. But that's not the case right now. This is pretty good. So we're going to start off with a band from the Czech Republic called Arikane. I don't know how to pronounce the album. Ferreo. I don't know. So this band started off as a thrash metal band in the 80s and then kind of morphed into more of a heavy metal band, kind of a melodic heavy metal band. Usually they have very nice, thick productions, very nice guitar sounds. Really kind of simplistic, but just straight to the point and in your face. It's just a very, very, very good sound. I like these guys a lot, but I think they have one more album after this, I believe, and they started kind of changing their sound again. I think the original singer quit. I haven't really checked them out past that, but this album came out in 99. It's got an 83% on Metal Archives, which I don't understand. I would give it a 90. I think it's at least a 90 anyway. I think it's a very, very good album. This is like their 7th or potentially 9th album, depending on what you look at as an album, because they've got a couple things that were like re-recorded, unreleased songs, and they got something else that, like a whole re-recorded album. I think they re-recorded their first album. I don't really count those myself. So I look at this as like their 7th album, but seriously, check these guys out. Very cool. Nobody really knows about these guys, and they're really above average, so definitely check that out. Next, we are going to Pretty Maids. This is a Danish heavy metal band. They started off, so this is their 2nd album. Let me give you some info on that first. This came out in 87, and this album's called Future World. 91% on Metal Archives. I think I can agree with that. And this, yeah, as I said, this is their 2nd album. So they kind of, the first album was a little more raw, a little more heavy, and this one, they quickly started adding in a little bit of maybe some glam. Maybe they were trying to get a little radio friendly with this one. But I'll be honest, even some of the radio friendly songs they got really aren't that bad for what they are. They're well done. They don't make me want to vomit, or anything, so that's good. But I think they're a very, very cool band. I'll be honest, I've not checked out a whole lot of stuff past this album, so I can't tell you if it probably gets worse after that, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But the first two, I'd say I definitely pick up. You will like it. So yeah, there's that. Oh, and it is kind of like a little bit of a power metal sound in there too. As a matter of fact, off their first album, Hammerfall actually covered one of their songs back to back. So if that gives you any idea of maybe you should look into these guys, that's a good indication if you like power metal. Next, oh boy, do we got a weird one. Really obscure, guys. 48 Crash. And the album is called Some Like It Hot. Okay, so what is 48 Crash? There is a German band called Gravestone, okay? I don't know what you would compare them to. Just some 80s heavy metal, a little bit of power metal influences, maybe a little bit of new wave of British heavy metal in there. I don't know. But they're German. I still think they sound very German in their own right. A lot of people that like German metal, you might know what I mean. So, the funny thing about Gravestone is they came out with two, I think progressive albums or whatever. Just progressive rock albums. And then they put out 3 metal albums. and then they changed their name to 48 Crash and did this. This is not a complete perfect continuation of Gravestone, though it's there. It's still metal, but they did kind of go into more of a trying to be a little more commercial, maybe a little more of a party rock band in a sense. Still good. Probably not my favorite of everything they've done, but it's worth a listen. It's really not bad. So, and the production's pretty decent. And some info on it. It came out in 1990. No reviews on this from what I could find, so I can't tell you there. But if I had to rate it, probably an 80%, maybe. So that's 48 Crash. Definitely a obscure one there. Now, boy, this is so random. Okay, now we're going to Tourniquet. Tourniquet's third album. Oh, geez, how do you say this? Pathogenic Ocular Dissonance. Okay, so this is a Christian thrash metal band, and they get a lot of their titles and stuff from I heard like somebody in the band was like a pharmacist or something, so he knows all these weird conditions and words and stuff, and so that's kind of what a lot of the stuff means, I guess. But this album came out in 92, got a 91% on Metal Archive, which I think is fair. And this is their third album, as I said. So, what do I think? What does it sound like? Tourniquet is a bizarre band, okay? First and foremost, their first album was probably their most traditional thrash album out of all of them. The second one experiments a lot, okay? It's like all over the place. It does some different things. They even have a hip-hop song on their second album, which I'm not a big fan of that. But anyway, the music's pretty good otherwise, though. This one kind of continues in the direction of it's thrash, but oh man, do they experiment. This band's creative. They do not write the same generic thrash song over and over, okay? Like, these guys come up with ideas I've honestly never heard before in many thrash bands or thrash songs. So, I don't know. I really can't explain it until you hear it yourself. You're either going to love it or hate it. I personally really, really like it. It's interesting. It's something to change things up. Production's not bad. I wouldn't say any of the Tourniquet productions from their early days. I need to check out some more of their later stuff. I wouldn't say their productions are amazing. Sometimes I feel like the instruments are a little, I don't know, I just feel like they could be glued together a little better. I don't know. There's something about it, but it still sounds pretty good. The music is out there, but it's interesting and you might like it. So check it out. I personally like it. Next, and certainly not least, I still got some stickers on it from when I bought it, but Bitch. The Bitch is back. So why I still got stickers on it, I don't know. I buy these things and then I rip them onto my my computer, put them on my phone, and then I just stick the CD up and I just ignore the stickers. I need to take these off, but it says no longer made. I remember where I bought this. I bought this at some record store in like West Lafayette, Indiana. So just north of where I live, basically. 'Cause I live in Indiana myself. But I had found this and I'm like, heck yeah, I gotta buy it. And so what is Bitch? Okay, well, let's talk about it. So this came out in '87. It gets a 75% on Metal Archives, which I don't think is fair at all. I would say at least a 90, somewhere between 90 and 95 myself. I actually think it's a really good album. It's their second, okay? So they're just a heavy metal band fronted by Betsy Bitch right here. So it's like, so we got female fronted heavy metal with kind of a, I could definitely tell you by the cover, it's a little bit of a little sexual, and so, but it's just traditional metal, melodic, just 80s fun. A lot of it's just kind of tongue in cheek, really. Nothing super serious here. Just all good fun. But the songs are actually really well written. I think. I mean, they're fun to jam to. Uh, there's not many things I really want to skip or anything. So it's, it's not just a hot girl on the cover. It's actually good music, and yeah, I recommend checking this out. Of course, I got their first album. I got this album, and then they did another album. I think under just like Betsy or something. I can't remember, but it's also good. But yeah, check out Bitch. The Bitch is back. I actually got to see her live one time. She's actually pretty nice. Pretty nice lady. She's not really a bitch. So anyway, that was kind of fun. If you like this video, like, subscribe. I'll do this again. I'll listen to some more albums. Hopefully I won't hear anything bad that I have to torture myself with. So, till next time, guys, stay metal.